Offering a thrilling return to its apocalyptic roots, Sweet Home Season 3 premieres on July 19, 2024. After the lukewarm reception of Season 2, fans were eagerly awaiting for this installment, but sadly, we were only met with disappointment. The convoluted plot, unexplained origin of the apocalypse, and over-reliance on CGI may leave some feeling underwhelmed. But before we dive into it, don't forget to subscribe and give this video a big thumbs up. Plot. If we talk about the story begins with Cha Hyun-soo, a reclusive high school student who moves into an apartment building after his family dies in a car accident. Soon, a mysterious phenomenon causes humans to turn into monstrous creatures that reflect their deepest desires or fears. The residents of the apartment complex must band together to survive, while Hyun-soo is grappling with his monstrous side and trying to maintain his humanity. Following the harrowing events of Season 1, in Season 2, the survivors leave the apartment building and find themselves in a broader, more dangerous world. The story introduces new factions, including soldiers, scientists, and other groups of survivors, leading to a more complex and fragmented narrative. The second season raises the question of who really is the villain in this havoc, humans or monsters. It showed the dark side of humanity. Season 3 picks up from the cliffhangers of Season 2, bringing back Hyun-soo in a more central role. The season explores the concept of neo-humans and the blurred lines between humans and monsters. The use of CGI monsters increases and the convoluted plotlines detract from the overall experience. The core characters face new challenges and alliances, culminating in a climactic battle. So the question is, what went bad? 1. Inadequate explanation of the apocalypse. One of the most frustrating aspects of Season 3 was its failure to explain the origins of the apocalypse. I still don't know how the apocalypse actually started. This backstory is explored in depth in the prequel book Shotgun Boy, which explores the origin of the apocalypse that leads into Sweet Home. A key character, Zero, is initially believed to be the source of all future monsters, but it is later revealed that his murderer, known as One, is actually responsible for the monster apocalypse. Zero, who initially had no emotions, was experimented on by the Corporation. Despite being a monster, Zero showed a softer and kinder side, often healing those around him. He believed human beings were corrupted and wanted to save them. All the test subjects escaped containment and eventually started the monster apocalypse. One, among the other monsters, was the main villain in the Shotgun Boy. He was also tortured and experimented on by the Corporation like the others. I believe One is Sang-wook in Sweet Home, and his companions are the escaped test subjects from Shotgun Boy. From my understanding, Shotgun Boy illustrates how humans corrupt their souls due to their desires and greed. After One killed Zero, he initiated the apocalypse, converting humans into monsters of their desires. Neo-humans are the evolved form of humans, transforming from their monstrous forms and losing all emotions from their previous lives, thus removing their corrupted desires, just like how Zero was initially. They did use some of the characters from Shotgun Boy, mainly the original test subjects, but didn't use the explanation of the apocalypse, which ruined both books. If you want to understand more about the backstory of Sweet Home, read Shotgun Boy. I highly recommend it. 2. Inconsistent behavior of characters. The characters in Season 3 were poorly handled and were very indecisive and inconsistent. For example, Monster Cha Hyun-soo was initially persistent about taking over Cha Hyun-soo's body, but then he randomly decided to give it up. Like, I thought maybe we would see an emotional transformation that would force him to give up, but nah. He just suddenly decided, yeah, I like you now, human Cha Hyun-soo. I'm gonna give you your body back. What made him give his body back? 3. The final boss. The primary antagonist of Season 3 was a major disappointment. He was neither intelligent nor intimidating, and his supposed strength was not convincingly portrayed. The narrative kept insisting that he had grown stronger, but this was not demonstrated effectively through his actions or encounters. Unlike the action-filled fight scene between Cha Hyun-soo and Sang-wook in Season 2, we didn't see much in Season 3, not even in the final showdown. This takes us to our fourth point, storyline and final showdown. The plot of Season 3 felt aimless and repetitive, primarily revolving around characters just moving toward the stadium. Whether it was Cha Hyun-soo's group, Sang-wook's group, Lee Yoon-hyuk's group, or Seo Yi-kyung, they were just going to the stadium. That was all that happened in 8 episodes. Additionally, the final showdown was underwhelming. Cha Hyun-soo's battle with Sang-wook, who simply summoned zombie-like figures to fight for him, was anticlimactic. Season 3 completely dropped the theme of humans being the real monsters, which had been a compelling aspect of Season 2. Although season 3 had been a letdown, there were still some good aspects too. My favorite scene was the beating of the monster Hyun-soo by Yoon-yu, the meeting of Yoon-yu with her brother, the fight between Hyun-soo and Lee Yoon-hyuk. Also, Monster Hyun-soo realizing that he can't kill Yoon-yu was very interesting to watch. Overall, Season 3 felt like a hastily completed high school project, the one you submitted just before the deadline. However, I do think the whole cast did an amazing job. The problem was with the direction and production. I would highly recommend reading the book series, both Sweet Home and Shotgun Boy. That's all guys. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, share your opinions in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe. It greatly helps small creators like me, and I would be highly appreciated.